The extended edition adds roughly 25 minutes of footage to the theatrical cut, bringing the total to nearly 4 hours. This includes deeper lore, added character moments, and more screen time for secondary players like Bjorn and Thrain. For fans of Middle-earth, it's a rewarding dive into the world. However, for casual viewers, the pacing feels bloated, particularly in scenes like the forest detour or lake town politics, which drag the narrative flow. Great for Tolkien fans and lore enthusiasts, overlong for anyone expecting tighter storytelling. Tolkien's The Hobbit is a slim, whimsical tale. The Desolation of Smaug, however, is a high-stakes fantasy epic. Peter Jackson expands simple book chapters into grand cinematic sequences, most notably the barrel escape, which turns into a full-blown action set piece, and the Smaug chase, which is entirely invented for the film. Characters like Legolas, absent from the book, and Tauriel are added to connect to the Lord of the Rings and inject romantic tension, something Tolkien never intended. These liberties thrill some viewers but alienate purists. Entertaining but far removed from the source's tone and simplicity. Feels more like Lord of the Rings light than The Hobbit. Martin Freeman continues to shine as Bilbo, mixing awkwardness with courage and subtle emotional growth. His tension with the ring begins to show here. Richard Armitage deepens Thorin's arc, portraying his growing obsession with the Arkenstone and his simmering paranoia. Evangeline Lilly, Tauriel, brings heart and action, though her romance with Keeley feels underdeveloped and forced. Lee Pace as Thranduil is cold, enigmatic, and visually striking, one of the more underrated performances. Benedict Cumberbatch voices Smaug with a sinuous menace, making the dragon genuinely terrifying. His motion capture work gives Smaug physicality and ego, easily the film's highlight. Strong ensemble work, with standout turns from Freeman, Armitage, and Cumberbatch. Visually, The Desolation of Smaug is often stunning. The Mirkwood hallucination sequence, barrel chase, and the Smaug confrontation are technical marvels, blending lush set design with cutting-edge CGI. The Lonely Mountain is grand and oppressive, and Erebor's gold-forged labyrinth is dazzling. Smaug is arguably one of the best-rendered CGI creatures in cinema history, detailed, expressive, and terrifying. His scenes with Bilbo are the film's emotional and narrative peak. On the flip side, Azog and Bolg, the orc antagonists, are largely uninspired CGI villains, lacking the depth of LOTR's enemies like Saruman or Gollum. Smaug is phenomenal. Everything else visually is hit or miss, depending on your CGI tolerance. The Desolation of Smaug was better received than An Unexpected Journey. Audiences and critics praised the faster pace, the action, and Smaug's visual impact. However, Tolkien fans remain divided. Some love the grand scope, while others feel the heart of the book is lost in blockbuster excess. The extended edition is seen by many fans as the true version, offering more substance to scenes and correcting some narrative gaps. But it still doesn't escape criticism for its added fluff. Widely liked but not beloved. Appreciation grows with time, especially among die-hard fantasy fans. The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug. Extended edition is visually grand, narratively ambitious, and often thrilling. Martin Freeman and Smaug steal the show, and Middle-earth remains a world worth revisiting. However, the over-reliance on CGI, invented subplots, and deviation from Tolkien's tone prevent it from reaching the emotional heights of The Lord of the Rings. Film rating 8.7 out of 10.